This is the first video of the TypeVII U-boat build, TypeVII-C 41. So the first thing that I've started doing before even opening up the instruction manual is to start working on making some holes in the hull. So here is pretty much the hull piece as it comes out of the box. As you can see, we have these holes here, which aren't actually holes, they don't go all the way through, which is where the water drains out through these. Now, what I've decided to do after watching some other videos on YouTube is to follow the lead of other builders and start to drill through these holes. So this one, again, as you can see, the holes haven't been pushed through. I have started on this one. These all here, I drilled through using a hand drill, like so. Just enables you to have good fine control over drilling each of these holes, making sure, of course, to use a drill bit which has the same diameter as these holes. Now, I have worked more so on the other half, so this is the port half, the left half of the hull. This is the starboard or right half. And what I have done with this one is I have gone through, and as you can see, I have created the holes through here, at the front. These ones I've decided to leave because of two reasons. The plastic is quite thick at this point and they're very, very small. So those ones have been left. Not sure if I'll do those ones, but these ones definitely. These ones again are a bit small, but these ones I have done along through here. These larger ones here, here, and even these ones here, as you can see. You can see the green coming through the side. Not sure if I'll do these ones here. And I haven't done these ones, and I'm not sure if I will, mainly because of, you've got these, it's quite thick here, the plastic, and you've got additional sort of joining points here, which I don't want to mess up. So how did I do it? As you can see, it's a bit of a dog's breakfast on this side. But what I basically did was I went through with my drill bit and I drilled through on left hand side and right hand side of each one, thus creating a series of holes which gave me a guide. And then I took this hand sanding tool and then just sanded along there. So the sanding was done to thin the plastic, so that once the plastic was sufficiently thinned, I could then come along and fairly easily with the scalpel blade just cut out the remaining plastic in the hole, which worked quite well. Now the only issue at this point, or the main issue at this point, is it's still a bit rough. It's still a bit rough and ready around those holes, as you can see there. If you have a look, you can see it's still a bit chipped and scratchy looking. And indeed, even on that side, you can see that quite a bit. Similarly, along here, as you can see, I mean, the inside doesn't make any difference. That's all going to be covered up. But the holes aren't nice and smooth. So what I'll do is I'll go over with a solvent, some kind of lacquer thinner or so, diluted, wash that over, and that will partly melt the plastic, but not fully because it'll be diluted with some water, and that will hopefully smooth out all of the holes. So I've got this one to do now, and I'm not sure if I'll be able to show you a bit of the process. It might be tricky. You just nip off a few of these things here before I do even begin to think of demonstrating this. So let's say we'll do just one, and we want to create a hole in this front one here. So let's see if I can zoom in here. This is actually a pretty damn awkward angle to do this at, but anyway. So first thing I might do is I just twist with the hand tool on each side until it goes through. It's gone through on that side, and then we do the same thing on that side. So as you can see, if I put the paper behind it, you can see there are two holes there now. But the difficulty is that bit of plastic in the middle is still reasonably thick enough to make using the scalpel on it immediately quite problematic to cut through. So let me see if I can do this without completely destroying it. Now, see, now I've got a guide. Between that hole and that hole is what we need to thin out. So I take this jobby, just go over it like that, very gently. So what you can see, what we're trying to do here is trying to thin that plastic out, and as you can see, it's even started to push through, to break through. So if we go to this side, you can see it's beginning to flake off even still, without me really even doing much more about it. Yeah. So focus this damn thing. Yeah. So then we get the scalpel, and then it's a simple matter of see if I can manage this with the camera in the way. Then we just very neatly, see if I can get that white behind there so you can see it a bit better. There you go. And just clear it out like so. Now, as you can see, it's not very good with this background, is it? As you can see, we now have A bit of a hole going on there. Not much to write home about looking on that side, but that side doesn't look too bad at all. And once, hopefully, I go with some diluted solvent, that'll smooth it out. But of course, we've got to do it for each one of these all the way along. And then we'll do it also for these, those, maybe even them. Won't do it for those again. So that's the first step in the video. The modeling, I've just cracked it open today because I picked up my handy little tool here. For those of you interested, it's a Rockwell Shop Series. Picked it up from Super Cheap Auto for about 55 bucks. And it has well over 200 attachments and what have you. And what's quite neat is it also has a flexible hose which goes on the end, which enables you to get into tight places. So that is it for, oh yeah, and this little job, a couple of bucks off the internet somewhere, off eBay, shipped in from China. Took a few weeks to get here. Could have just bought one from the shop, but there you go. And you got your little bits and pieces in here as well, many different types, sizes of drill bits. So now that those things arrived, I can get started on this model. And yeah, if there's any of you who are watching this who were following my my BF109 K4 model, that one's gone on the back burner. I sort of put that one away for the minute. I've kind of started getting into U-boats now, so I might come back to the Luftwaffe at some point in the future. But for now, I'm going to be progressively working on this one. Now, this one is a pretty big build. It's level 5 Revell model, lots of parts, almost 832 parts. And it is going to take a while to build. There she is. So this one could take some time, but yeah, every now and then I'll post a new video, and hopefully it's of some use or some interest to those of you out there. Okay, until next time, thank you for watching.